We are back. We are back. We are back. Welcome to Arsenal Present. If you guys are just joining us for the first time, do us a favor by subscribing. If you're not yet subscribed, make sure you like the video. Very, very important for the algorithm, for the growth of the channel. And do not forget to make sure your notification bells are turned on. I'm not going to be doing this by myself. I'm going to do it with my friend and partner, D1. D1 was good.
Good. Everything's good. Everything's good. The sky
Can you
looks,
speak out a
the
bit more
sky.
loud? Come on.
Yeah, yeah. Calm down. Can you hear me?
I can hear you better now. Yeah.
Yeah. The sky is, the sky is bright. Sun's shining. Everything
At
looks
this
good.
time of the night. Are you?
I'm being metaphorical. Okay, okay.
Joe
All
Badu.
right.
Oloibo. I'll be America. It's not
Yeah,
your
yeah,
fault. Man, you won your
yeah.
match. So,
Oh well, I'm getting used to hearing that now. So,
wow. Don't
yeah,
get used
yeah,
to
yeah.
that.
I know I have to. I have to. I have to. That's why I said the sky. Yeah, I don't want to say blue because some other unscrupulous elements might begin to say, yeah, indeed it is blue
Those
from the other
clowns.
half from
We'll
the other
get to
half of
them.
my.
We'll get to those clowns. We'll get to those clowns. Oh, how was your
Right.
weekend? How was your weekend?
Weekend was good. The weekend was good. Interesting, very interesting games. Good evening gave us a really, really nice. The game was really interesting. It was end to end for some seconds, and you guys won it, and Manchester won. Looks like Tottenham are trying to have a resurgence as they usually do when the season is coming to an. When the season is approaching the final games, they usually try to, oh yeah, yeah, we can do this. And yeah, weekend was good,
So
interesting.
let's look at some results before we go into some of the key topics, right?
All right.
So Arsenal started the weekend 4-2 against Aston Villa. We'll discuss more in depth about that. Brentford
Mhm.
against Crystal Palace was 1-1. Brighton unfortunately lost at home at the Amex to Fulham. Chelsea or Chelsea
I'm
lost to
getting, yeah,
Southampton.
that's no longer news. Chelsea losing. It's absolutely no longer news.
Graham Potter. Remember when I said Graham Potter was biting more than he can chew? It's looking very obvious. So
Uh,
Everton scraped a 1-0 victory over Leeds, a managerless Leeds. Nottingham Forest did us a
that
favor.
was that
They
was
did us
that
a
was
favor.
that was a shocker because that game I didn't even that there was no need to watch that game. Man City will pummel these guys. And behold, I saw 1-1. I was shocked.
I was shocked too. When at 88th minute, when I saw it was 2-1 to myself, I'm like, maybe, just maybe,
Maybe
just maybe.
I was surprised because you know how I didn't watch the game. I'm like, yeah, it's going to be a walkover for Man City. Man City will beat Nottingham Forest, and then 1-1. I say, all right, this season has a lot of surprises in
I am
store.
loving it. Well, Wolves lost to Baltimore at the Molineux. That was a surprising result. Newcastle. What has happened to Newcastle? It's like they are running on films now. They were showing us
Newcastle,
some metal at the beginning of the season. They're showing that they can mix it with the big boys. It's like the wheels are coming off.
Newcastle. I'm not going to really, really like say the wheels are coming up for them yet. I think they kind of went into a bit of a stumble. I don't know, not good because it's not like anything really changed within the team. They still have the same player. I think one person,
All the goals have dried up. They're not
yeah,
scoring goals.
the goals have actually dried up.
Yeah,
It looks like they were going on the bounce, and then now the bounce has become what a roll,
the
and then
Charles.
now you're trying to rhyme, right? Roll, and now they are just like okay, they are just like taking faltering steps. Newcastle. I feel like they might get Europa League, but that Champions League I think it's going to be a whole lot for them to
I was
achieve.
actually rooting for them to actually nick into the Champions League spot, but it's looking like they're running on fumes. They're not scoring goals now. They're not conceding goals. Against Liverpool, they lost. I was surprised. So I'm like,
Yeah, and I think
that's
against Liverpool though, I think they said because I didn't watch the game, but according to
the
some
red card.
analysts I've heard, yeah, aside after the red card, the second half that they were really in like they didn't just
They
bend
just
over.
huffed and puffed as usual. There was
Mm,
nothing to make out of that one. So let's look
okay.
at Manchester United. They won against a run of play in the first half against Leicester 3-0. The results flatters Leicester. Yes, Manchester United were actually better in second half. They gave Leicester a beating ball in the first 30 minutes of the first half. Leicester should
Yes,
have had like 3 goals up. They should have.
Leicester should have gotten something, and if they had scored in the first half, who knows? The match might have turned out differently. But
Exactly.
it looks like something was just not working for Manchester United in the first half, and then the second half they just like moved things around and they just went all out, and Leicester were on their Leicester was backpedaling all through the second half from what I watched.
Then the final result on Sunday was Spurs beating West Ham. West Ham are they're on their route. They are. It just seems like David Moyes cannot handle flair players. He's used to these battering around kind of players,
Like
players
Fellaini,
that have less technical abilities to
yep,
showcase.
it looks
Like
like that. It looks like that. The Spurs and Leicester game, I didn't watch it. I didn't watch the game. I later saw the scoreline, and I was like, okay. And I think Spurs are kind of edging up, coming back towards being in the top four now.
yeah,
Are
yeah.
they?
But do you think they can maintain it? Because if you look at the table, right? Let's look at the table real quick. Can you see the table, right?
Yeah, I can see it.
So we can see Arsenal are still on top of the summit, 23 games played, 54 points.
Mm-hmm.
Manchester City, 24
Mm.
games played, 52 points. Manchester United third, 24 games played, 49 points. Spurs, 24 games played, 42. So there's a
42
gap
points.
between Spurs and Manchester United, healthy 7 points, right?
Yeah.
Then you have
Mm-hmm.
Newcastle,
You have Newcastle
23
there who has
games.
a game in hand again. We are up
Yeah,
41 points.
but look at the gap between Spurs and Manchester United. That's a healthy 7 points. That's 2 games and a half.
Yeah. I was
So
even I was even looking at that now. Newcastle, it looks like they are gradually falling off.
like I
If
said,
Spurs,
it seems like the tires are the wheels are coming off for Newcastle.
you're right. It looks like if each Spurs can just keep a little bit of a momentum going, which I don't think they can, which I'm not trusting them to, because Spurs are
Yeah,
like bags of.
butlers.
Yeah, I will thank you for that word. I was thinking that was the word I was kind of building up to. I don't think they'll be able to keep it. So it's between them and Spurs and Manchester United to see, okay, who will be third, fourth, and fifth respectively.
So let's go to the main topic of the day. Give me a moment. Let me post the banner up. Let's start with Arsenal. Midweek, Arsenal lost to Manchester City 3-1, very disappointing, and Manchester City went on top of the table on goal difference. So
Mm-hmm.
at the weekend against Aston Villa, people were like, okay, what can Arsenal do? Will Arsenal crumble from here, or will they show a bit of metal? Do you think Arsenal showed a bit of metal?
I was going to say, um, when I was watching Arsenal versus Spurs, the way the game was going, something came to my mind. I said, if Arsenal can pull this, if Arsenal can actually, win this game through a last gasp goal, I think they will go all the way and win the title. I remember Man U against Aston Villa too. The same Aston Villa at Old Trafford.
Are you there? D1, are you there? D1,
I'm here. Yeah, yeah. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Oh, sorry. I don't know what happened there. I just kind of lost.
Yeah, the audio just
Uh,
went out. So
yeah, yeah. So I was saying, the game Arsenal versus Aston Villa versus Arsenal. It was reminiscent of Man U versus Arsenal, Man U versus Aston Villa, when Makeda scored that last minute goal to make it 3-2, and Man U got the 3 points, and
oh,
then Man U was kind of trying to win the title. So I was saying, if Arsenal can score and actually win that game, that I see them going all the way to winning the title, because you needed some serious spirit. You needed some serious never say never attitude until the end, to make something from those kind of games. And that is what Arsenal showed. And believe me, this game will or might be very, very pivotal in the in Arsenal winning the title. This is one of the games I think people will look back to, and they will say, wow, this is when Arsenal actually showed that, yeah, they are real title contenders, even though they've been showing it over time.
because when the game began, now we went 1-0 down the first 10 minutes. I was like, wow,
Yeah,
wow. It's
you
gonna
know,
be a long.
that first 10 minutes, if you've been watching, what will I say if you've been watching, seeing Arsenal's games over the course of this season. When Arsenal goes one goal down in the first half, or even early in the second half, I'm like, forget it. Arsenal will need to go back.
But the problem
So I
was
was,
like, how many games this season have we gone down? Most of the games we score first. There are only a
yep.
few, just a handful of games that we've actually have to
And
come back from deficits.
those games that you guys have had to come down from a deficit. Once those guys score, I'm like, forget it. All these ones you guys score, that people are shouting, Arsenal will also score back, and boom, Arsenal scores back. And the
Then
goals came from the unlikeliest of sources this weekend for you guys. Last weekend,
aside from Saka making it 1-1, when with Saka is one of
Zinchenko.
our Zinchenko here was unlikely. And for me, let's see, when we made it 1-1 and Aston Villa made it 2-1 before we went to the break, I was like, what is going on? You see, it's unheard of Arsenal conceding 2 goals. This season, we've not conceded 2 goals in most matches. There against Aston Villa, I'm like, what is going on here? What is going on here?
That
I was
was
like, are we going to crumble at this stage of the title charge?
it's look. This is the most important part of the title charge for you guys. It wasn't even
Exactly.
the early time. The early time was like, let's just keep winning one game at a time. But now we have to win every game. And this is the most important part of it. Every game is very important.
Especially when Manchester City are
Uh,
locking.
when they are breathing down your necks like that.
Exactly.
So the draw with Nottingham Forest was like, okay, let me give you guys space to breathe a little bit, but you just have to keep winning every game. Like every game has to be like a final for you guys now until the end of the season.
I understand that part of the narrative and conversation, right? But I don't think Manchester City are that juggernaut of a team they used to be.
As they used to
That
be,
aura, that charisma, that ruthlessness is not
something,
there.
something is not working right for Man City,
Yeah, something
and
is missing.
I kind of feel like Pep might just decide to put Haaland on the bench for his next few games.
Can he?
I think, yeah, he should be able to.
So you think he will pull his highest goal scorer on the bench?
If his highest goal scorer is not like, if it looks like, okay, sometimes he's like an impediment to the team. When this man was playing Gundogan as a false nine, he was banging in goals like it was no man's business. But now something is just not working. I don't know. There's just something off about Man City this season, and this is Arsenal's chance to, before they go and recoup over the summer and come back next season like the wounded bull.
So if you're in Pep's position, you think you would have to drop Haaland, regardless
I
of
might,
the
I'm,
his
I might,
goal contribution to the team.
I might bring him from the bench second half or something, because it looks like everybody wants to feed Haaland the ball, and some other people that should be in the box are not usually in the box.
Like
Look
who?
at
Like
look
who?
at Bernardo.
Are you there?
Something is wrong with this thing.
I
Can you
can
hear
hear
me?
you now. I can hear you now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know. Yeah, look at Bernardo Silva. I know he scored the first goal for them, but after that, he was more like a passenger in the game.
So
So I don't know.
some people argue the fact that these guys have won 3 out of the last 4 Premier League, so the
Premier
motivation might
League.
not be like the previous season, which is a fair argument to put across. So you have to understand that fact that it's hard to get these players more motivated again. So
I feel like
I'll actually blame Pep. I won't blame totally. I'll blame Pep and the hierarchy for not actually moving some players on and bringing other players in to keep motivation at a different level. What about that?
to an extent, I would say yes, but it looks like sometimes when you're trying to fix what's not broken, some of these players you are saying they probably should have moved on. The players that turned up for them last season. So it was like, okay, yeah, these guys are still okay. We don't need to change. We don't need to buy anybody or spend unnecessary money or bring people in and come and have unsatisfied players, dissatisfied players sitting on the bench. Let's just keep it going and see. Let's bring in a striker who will help the team. And yes, Haaland came in. He came in all fire. He was banging in goals, and then the goals slowed down when it was needed from him.
So let's just stick to the topic, which is Arsenal showing metal, right? For
Mm-hmm.
me, even I'm an Arsenal fan, I still think it's not set in stone that Arsenal will win this league, but the odds favor Arsenal, in my opinion. Even though Manchester City have the experience in terms of squad, experience in terms of manager, experience of in terms of they've won more times in recent seasons. So we can have the argument that they have the experience, they don't have the know-how, while Arsenal are the naive team, relatively young manager, relatively young team, no experience in winning or competing at this level for the last few years. So it's a fair argument to make. But based on merit, based on this season, I just think Arsenal could still make it. And
I
the fact
agree.
that
I
they came
Okay.
back twice against Aston Villa, say whatever you say about Aston Villa, they're still a decent team, coached by one of the European decent manager, Unai Emery. Regardless of how you rate him, he's still a decent manager. So I think Arsenal showed a bit of metal at the weekend, and they showed a title content, how will I put it, a title contesting spirit at the
Yep.
weekend to
Yeah, they
actually
did.
nick that game 4-2.
They did. Those are
So
the kind of.
I'll play this clip
All right.
about Agbola having a go at Martinelli regarding the fourth goal, and I would like to have your opinion on it. So let's listen to this clip. Fair use, fair use. This is courtesy of Talk Sports. So I'm enacting my fair use privileges on YouTube to play this clip, and after this, you give me your reaction about this conversation on Talk Sports.
And celebrating before he scores.
Oh, come on,
Lack
guys.
of respect for your teammates.
Come
I didn't
on.
like it.
Let me start from the beginning. Let me start. Let's take it back. Ready?
So many chances as well. Leon Bailey running through, hitting the bar. But I thought Arsenal were impressive second half. You know, they didn't turn up first half, but second half, they were relentless. Saka getting at players. You know, Xhaka, Odegaard was finding space. And Arsenal thoroughly deserved the win. But there was part of the game I didn't like. You know, I didn't like Martinelli, for me, running through empty net, and he's celebrating before he puts the ball in the back of the net. You know, he's been rubbish for a month, and he's scoring a tap in and celebrating before he scores.
Oh, come on,
Lack
guys.
of respect for your teammates.
Come
I didn't
on.
like it.
What about
Didn't
Martinez
like it.
wasting time 24/7?
I didn't
hear that?
I didn't like that either. I didn't see no point in Martinez wasting time because
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
So,
Agbola-
what's your reaction about accusing Marcelo of disrespecting his teammate by celebrating? Yeah, he had to go at his mercy. He knew for sure he was going to score. What is wrong with that?
I don't know. You know how some of these pundits will want to be controversial. They want to be the topic of conversation. On the weekend. So I think this is just one of those classic cases. I saw the clip. Or sorry, even when it happened, I actually saw that part where he lifted up his hands before he put the ball behind the net. And
Exactly.
aside that one, I don't think anybody has said anything about that. Aside him, did you hear anybody try to criticize Martinelli? No. I know ESPN put it up on their page, and everybody just like, oh, hey, I mean, I read comments, but Agbola was about the only person who seems
Offended.
yeah.
Like, what
I don't
you say he
understand
was
his-
rubbish for a month. Yeah. Marcelo could have been rubbish for a month, which is a fair way of criticizing him. But Agbola has been rubbish for his whole career. Like, I'm sure Agbola never experienced any title charges in his whole career
Excuse
with Aston
me,
Villa.
what? Tie
Yeah.
what? Tie to what?
So
Aston Villa
why
was
would you
struggling
be
he was
so
struggling all his career to keep afloat in the EPL.
exactly? Why
Because as at then,
I
when
don't understand some
Martin
of
O'Neill,
these pundits.
Martin O'Neill was the manager of Aston Villa at the time when he was playing. He was in Aston. Agbola was just one winger who kept running past the ball many
It
times.
was just a pace merchant. Pace, no technical ability, just raw pace, and what that was it. Like, I understand you want to be deliberately controversial, but that was very, very. That's a
That
low
was
bar.
I think that's exactly what he was trying to do. Being
That's a
deliberately
low bar of trying
controversial.
to create a buzz out of nothing. Like,
I've
let
seen
him
people.
breathe.
I've actually seen people being more disrespectful in front of goal. No, not if I say more disrespectful, I think I'll be trying to imply that Martinelli was disrespectful. I've seen people being blatantly disrespectful in front of goal, and that's not a classic. That's not a classic case of it. So I think he should see this one out.
I was so
That's
disappointed. That was a very low blow.
that's no basis for any argument.
Exactly.
Is it his own teammate he was disrespecting, or was it the opposition he was disrespecting?
Make it make sense.
That's what I'm trying to understand. Who did he say Martinelli was disrespecting? His Arsenal fellow teammates or the opposition players?
It was insulting the opposition. How did you disrespect by trying to
And
score
did
a goal
and
that
did
was certain?
anybody and did anybody from the opposition complain?
Exactly.
So she should just sit this one out. I don't think punditry is for me. Is for everybody. Some people just need to, once they retire, enjoy whatever money you saved up and watch the game
I
and go look
just
for a
think people
business.
working at Talk Sport sometimes, even sometimes Sky Sport, the low level IQ punditry these guys be giving is so shambolic. Let's move to the next topic.
Sure.
Manchester United.
Mhm.
No, there be a lot of noise like Manchester United. Are they in the title charge? Are they among the mix? So, as a Manchester United fan yourself, I would like to have your opinion. Tell me, do you think Manchester United are in the title race?
This is not me being modest. From the word go, even when when this good run of when this good run of form started,
Okay.
and when it looked like, oh yeah, we have a game in hand, we'll play Arsenal. If we beat Arsenal, then we'll have with 2 points. Man City will beat Arsenal. I was just like, you guys need to get your heads out of the cloud and live in reality. What Man you have to focus on this season is getting back into the Champions League. That is the realistic thing that you need to do. I don't see Arsenal losing. Arsenal have a game in hand and five
I
points
love the
ahead.
way you are tiptoeing around the question. Can you answer the question?
I am getting to it. I'm getting to
Okay.
it.
Okay.
If you listen to what I'm saying, if you're making sense of everything I'm saying, you will know where I'm even going towards,
I wish I
right?
knew. So just show me the
No,
way.
I already said it. I said realistically speaking,
Okay.
the qualifying for the Champions League, being in the Champions League has been the main goal of the season. Man U is not in any title race. Arsenal have 5 points ahead, right? With a
Mm-hmm.
game in hand. With a game in hand. That is, we are expecting this Arsenal side now to lose 2 games and to draw one, and the Man City to
But
lose, and the Man
if
U.
you look at the table, right? Let's look at the table in terms
Mhm.
of mathematical points. We can say Man U are in the title race. They have 49
It is
points.
realistic. Yeah, that is in terms of mathematical points. This is not math. This is not algebra or calculus. This is the EPL.
But
We're
mathematically,
talking
Man
about.
U
We're
are
talking
kind of in the race. What
statistically. You will say yes, they are, but no.
they are.
Man U still have games. Man U still have games that they still have points. Man U drew against Crystal Palace when I was hoping they would win.
Arsenal
Right?
drew against Brentford.
That is football. But you see all those kind of shock draws and shock losses, they are still coming. Man U will not win every game. Or if I
So
want to
are you
say,
telling
yeah,
me Arsenal win every game too, or Manchester City win every game too?
no, I'm not saying that. But
So
I'm just saying
why are you saying Man U are not in the title race?
they are not. Man U, they are
Based
not
on what?
they are not in this title race.
Based on what?
Based on the fact that they have two teams who look more complete than them at the head. Ahead.
Rashford is scoring goals for fun.
And
Why can't you tell me that Man U are not in the?
If Rashford gets taken out of the equation, you see the way Gabriel Jesus was taken out of the equation,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you guys are still keeping red above water. For Man U, if Rashford gets taken out, who will score? Vegost, Ganacho, who score? Celestri,
Martial could score.
Excuse me. When
Excuse
last you see
you.
Martial playing?
You tell me. You're the Man U fan here.
Martial is like glass. If a squirrel falls on his leg, he will get injured. So you guys, I say Man City and Arsenal have more chances than Man U. Man U is not in the race. Anybody who says that is being delusional.
But
Just saying,
mathematically, Man U are in this race.
mathematical.
Let's be real. See, we have over 15 games to go. So you cannot tell me Man U are not in this race when you look at the points tally. Come on. Arsenal with
No.
1 match less, we are leading you guys by just 5 points.
Please,
Five
Arsenal,
points. How can you not
please,
tell me Man U are not in title race?
when you lose your next 2 games, Man U win their next 2 games, then get me back on here and we'll talk about it. But right now, it doesn't look
So
like
you're predicting Arsenal will lose the next 2 games and Man U will win.
you are the one that is dragging Man U into the title race.
No, you are the one being deliberately delusional and saying Man U are not in the title race. When
They are
mathematically
not.
we can see that Man U are in the title race.
Mathematically, you keep saying mathematically. Yeah, it looks like they are, but
What do you mean it looks like they are? Are we not doing the math together? What do you mean it looks like they are? They are. What do you mean it looks like? What are you doing, man?
It's
Are
all
you
a
are you
matter of
are you taking a piece?
ifs. I think I need to. I might just have to saunter into the into the loo and have a leak and come back here.
Wait. Ukubagwe, sure, all right.
Already worrying myself. I'm just saying. No, I'm being very realistic here. I'm being very realistic
No,
here.
you are not. Because
So
look at
this is the
look at the
same Man
points
U,
tally.
the same Man U that started the season losing 4-0 and everything, and people berated. They're now dragging them into the title race. Just leave Man U alone to qualify for their Champions League. Please, the next season, let's see how the season will start. Then we can say, okay, well, we'll go neck for the title. But this one, just dragging them in. Leave them alone.
So my are not in the mix for the title.
I do not think they are in a mix of the title race.
But if
But
you
some
let's say
people, but some,
peradventure, hypothetically, mine wins the league, will you celebrate?
oh sure, I'll come and look for you in the house.
So you are keeping this low profile in case it doesn't work. Wow, you are just a
No,
BICCH.
no,
Yes,
hold on, hold on. Tell me this. So you think if Man U wins the title, I'll be sad? How would I be sad?
I'm not
Please
saying you'll be
tell me what.
sad, but the fact that
Okay,
you deny something that looks very apparent.
it is not. You are trying to make it look apparent. You are trying
What am I
to.
trying to make him look apparent?
You are.
Mathematically, man,
You
you
are.
are in this race.
You are trying to
Mathematically, they're
force
in
it.
this race.
You are trying to force a narrative that is not
I'm
existent.
not forcing a narrative. This is a fact. Let's look at the league table. Come on, are you speaking Panya? Look at the league table. We're not dealing with 10 points or 15 points, 20 points. It's with 5 points.
See,
Five freaking points.
this title, I kind of feel like it's already written in the stars for Arsenal. Because
Yeah,
on a very good
stop
day,
patronizing yourself. You piece of shit.
hold on. On a very good day, you see that L, D, and L in your last 5 games. With Man City breathing down your neck on a very good day, you guys are already down to second. But somehow you are still up there, even with a game in hand. It looks good. It looks good for you guys. That's what I'm just saying. Just forget it. No, mine is not in the race. I'm saying that, but somehow you're trying to force me to agree with you, which I refuse to
I'm not
bend.
trying to force you. I'm just
I
stating the
refuse
fact.
to bend to
I'm
your
looking at the,
inside
the
purposes.
statistics, so that makes it seem. It doesn't seem makes it look obvious that Man U are in the title race.
Uh-huh.
So if you agree with me, so I'll let people in the comment section let us know what you guys think on the play. But let me know, what do you think?
Please,
You
people,
think Man U are in the title race or not? You let us know. So
please,
let's go
people.
to the next topic. We are discussing. Give me a moment. Oh, where is this? How to create this? Let me create this real quick for our friends, our Chelsea friends, our Potter friends.
You are being petty now.
How am I being petty?
Chelsea friends.
Are they not our friends?
Oh, yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
they're our friends
Yeah.
because they told us
I
that
just,
they
I
have
just wish,
money, they can
I
buy
wish,
any player.
I wish Man U could play Chelsea now and sharply collect this 3 points before their promo will end.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you,
Mm-hmm.
Chelsea, are they in crisis?
They're in crisis, so that is not a question. That is not a question. That is
That's
very,
a
very
fact.
evident. That is very evident and apparent.
Come on, how can a
Chelsea
team that has spent over £500 million be in crisis?
is not about spending money. It's about how you are spending the money, how much sense you put into spending money. Sometimes you don't just
Why are you
begin
speaking
to.
as if you are poor? Like you are speaking like you are jealous of them spending money.
No, I'm not. Oh, sometimes you don't just begin to spend money because you have money. You spend money as if you have
You are
sense.
talking as if you don't have money. That's why you're saying it's not about spending money. If you have money, you talk. I don't think you talk like that. Like, come on, it's money. You spend it.
Chelsea are in crisis because I don't understand how you spend that amount of money and you have those. You just have players within their ranks, players that are fit, but it looks like this man doesn't know how to use them, or the players want to play for him. I don't know. Something has to be going on in the background there.
Like what?
What I just insinuated. Either the players don't want to play for him, or Chelsea, or he doesn't know how to manage those players. One of the two.
Okay, I think let's pause it there. Remember when Potter was appointed, right?
Yep.
I remember having I spoke to you. I was like, I don't think it was the right fit. Like, I understand people have an ambition, right? You have very cautious with your kind of ambition. Going to a Chelsea team that they are used to winning. Go to a Chelsea team that most of the time the owners and the board members are forcing players on the manager. Like, I didn't think that was the right move for Potter, but Potter felt he could do a good job. Do you think that was a mistake on Potter's part?
When Potter came to Chelsea, I was like, this man, I don't know if he knows what I think when we're having the conversation, I
Yeah,
don't know what he's stepping into. I don't know what he's stepping into, and I wasn't so sure of it. But right now, I am very, very certain that he's going to Chelsea was a mistake, just like Moyes is going to Man U at that time.
exactly.
It's a very, very, it's a very, very bad fit, a terrible fit. He cannot manage those players. He doesn't know how to manage those players. Right now, he's in over his head. I'm not sure that man is right now to be midnight in UK. I'm not sure he's sleeping. He's probably asking questions like, "What the hell is going on?" Because I have these players with Brighton. I didn't even have those kind of players, and yet I was getting certain results. But with these guys, I can't even get nothing. So what is wrong? You brought Enzo Fernandez in, thinking maybe it's your defensive midfield problem. You
Did they
have
buy it, Enzo Fernandez, or do you think Bolly just say, "Oh, I like Enzo Fernandez, I'm going to buy it and let Potter just sort it out"? Because
well,
I think there's a major disconnect. See, he has too many players in my opinion, right?
yep.
Now you are struggling with scoring goals, and yet you bomb Aubameyang out. Now I understand the circumstances surrounding Aubameyang being excommunicated from Arsenal for indiscipline, but there is no news or rumor of indiscipline at Chelsea. Why is he being bombed out? Even though I understand that his form has not been the best, but he's the only traditional or recognized striker in their squad.
And this man uses Kai Havertz up front.
Can make it make sense?
He uses Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz is not known for
He is
being
not a
somebody
striker.
that can get behind defenses.
He's not a
He's not
striker
a
number one.
he's
That's
not
not what
he
it
is
is.
not he is not a poacher in the
Exactly.
box. Yeah, he scores the occasional header, he scores the occasional tapping, but he's not that.
When last did he score?
Uh
Yeah, it's not scored for a few games. What do you mean occasional headers?
if
This guy is barren. He is
if
barren.
if you
This guy is
have
shooting blanks.
if you have a striker, sorry, you have a player like Joao Felix who can be a
Create for
playmaker,
Aubameyang.
who can create, and
Yeah,
then you have a traditional striker. Yes, right now you have to use everything you have to save your job and keep your job. You know, if you can string together 2 to 3 to 4 wins, right? He'll be
relieve,
out of the he,
relieve pressure from himself and from the team.
exactly. And you have to do whatever you need to do to get back to winning ways. But it doesn't look like that. This man, if they be county gonna come out, they'll probably beat Chelsea because the
So
players are not even sure of themselves. They are not they are just like a bunch of headless what headless camels running around.
see the fact that right, yes, let's take the banter aside
Yep,
of spending money, but those players are good players. You see, these are not a bunch
that
of
is what
bombs.
that is
They
what I'm
are
trying to
good
understand.
players. So
That is
how
what
come
that's what I'm
they
trying
are
to understand.
struggling badly?
Up front
I'm trying
there,
to
you still have a fit Raheem Sterling. You have a fit what's his name, Joao Felix. You
yeah.
have a fit. Please name his remind me of his front players.
Now he
He
has
ha-
Joao Felix, he has a
yeah.
Modric, he has
Thank you.
a
Oh yeah,
Madueke
yes.
that he
I forgot to
bought,
mention that. Yep.
he has a Enzo. Now, what I don't understand, right? You are struggling for goals. Why are you bombing out Aubameyang? Is it that he's a stooge that the Todd Bowley is not picking the team because something is not making sense that you are not scoring goals, but yet Aubameyang cannot make the team, and we are telling us he's training well. Something is not right. No,
He's straight.
if he smells like bullshit, he talks like bullshit, he acts like bullshit. Is this bullshit, right?
Yep.
You are
Yep.
struggling to score goals, and you are not playing Aubameyang. He's not in your Champions League team. He's
He
not playing your Premier League team, and there's no discipline that we have heard of. So, what could be
nothing.
the damn problem?
Something is wrong. Like there's
Like
just
what?
something wrong. No, I'm just saying there's something behind this, something going on behind the scenes that we are not aware of. and nobody is saying it out. I don't know if Todd Boehly is the one picking the team, if Todd Boehly is the one picking the players for him every match day, and he just says yes, sir, and he plays, and he feels whoever Todd Boehly wants to play. But something is wrong.
Let's
That's
not
what I'm just
forget.
saying.
I remember when we had this conversation when he was appointed, and I told you he doesn't have the charisma, right? See,
Yep.
we live. See, if you watch Graham Potter, I am not against him. I have no personal agenda against him, right? But this guy, he doesn't have that swagger of an elite manager. He doesn't have the presence of an elite manager. He doesn't have the aura of the elite manager. And you think these players are going to respect him?
Right now, if you even watch him during every match day, he looks defeated.
Exactly.
There's this look he has around him, like I'm just waiting for the axe to fall on my neck.
Have you watched his post-match and pre-match conferences? I'm watching it, even though I'm not watching it as a rival because Chelsea are intent, so you can't call them our rivals. They're intent, so they were not rivals. Let's make it clear. And what he's saying is all trances. I'm like, show badun.
Nah, how can somebody who is languishing in tent after having spent over £500 million, man?
Yeah.
Kule Badun, he
So
can't.
let play this clip from Talk Sports, right? About certain he made some utterances in his post-match press conference, and I even though I don't think Jamie O'Hara is one of the top points I like to listen to, but he was spot on this one. So let's have a listen. I will have our reaction after it. Fair use, and fair use.
And Mount, as Piliqueta, Koulibaly, Kepa, Chilwell. I mean, you got 500, 600 million pounds worth of player on the football pitch, and you're moaning about having to make a couple of changes, and that's why it's not quite clicking. You winding me up.
Imagine, look at his bench. He has a rich bench. You know that
man.
he has over 30 players in his squad, and he's complaining
Chelsea-
about making changes.
Chelsea has the, as in when it comes to squad depth, Chelsea are up there.
Do you know that they have Lukaku on loan, right?
Yep.
They have the
Yeah.
guy. They have like 4 or 5 players on loan. Then, in terms of players that are available, he has plus 30 players in his present squad, and you are complaining of making changes. You know that you are bringing some bombs for the changes. Quality players. Quality players. This guy is complaining. This is not Brighton. This is Chelsea.
This man, he's way in over his head. He's way in over his head. And I just think the only thing that is just saving him right now is just Todd Boehly is trying to save face. I think I mentioned this before. He's trying to save face because if he fires him, people will be like, yeah, why did you even fire Tuchel in the first place? Give Tuchel these resources that Graham Potter has and he'll do something better. But he's just trying to save face. Like, I think he will come correct. And one day he'll wake up and fire him. Watch.
Let's play the other part of this clip.
And then, what honestly, what I couldn't believe, right? He's already got the fans on his back. I want Graham Potter to do well. I like him. I interviewed him last year, and I knew he had something about him. I can't believe the way he interviewed. I think he still thinks he's at Brighton. You're at Chelsea, who have won the Champions League, fighting to win titles, and are not used to losing. And he comes out and says Southampton they're a tough team and well prepared.
Imagine saying Southampton are a tough team. Southampton are 20th on the league table. They are bottom of the league. Let's look at the Premier League. Let's look at this thing. Like, what is this?
And this is where what you were saying earlier comes into play. He doesn't have that.
Look at Southampton here. Look at them. 23 games, they are 20th.
18 points.
20th. 18 points. And they're a tough team.
They've played more games than the points they have.
Yeah, you say they're a tough team. Is this guy all right?
He has
bottom of the league with no manager.
Like,
I like Graham Potter. He has made noise pollution coming from the blue side of London to calm down. No, seriously.
Lord.
All of the people supporting Chelsea now, they've eaten their humble pie. Their face is stuffed with it. They can't even say nothing. I think I like it that way, at least for this season.
The resources, the human resources, the player resources they have, and is struggling to actually get a victory over Southampton. a managerless Southampton, a
Southampton.
Southampton that they are in crisis, and they
Wow.
go to Stamford Bridge and get a victory.
Yep.
And
It
he's giving
was just
excuses
so.
of they are well prepared. How dare you? See,
It
the
was
reason
just so.
why he has the audacity, the temerity to continue to have this kind of utterance is because it's English. Imagine his name was not Graham Potter. Imagine his name was let's say
Was Suzy
his name was
Suzinski.
Jose Ferreira. The English press will have killed him,
And the funny
metaphorically.
thing is, do you know the English press actually haven't been saying enough about this?
They won't.
They
They are
haven't been
telling us
saying.
give him time.
Yeah,
Can
that
you,
is so. That is
can
so.
you
That is so
imagine?
rich. That is very rich of
That
them.
is
Very
very
generous of
rich.
them.
Exactly.
Like really,
Because it's English.
really, like really.
Give him time.
Did they when Ateta was calling for trust the process? Did
Exactly.
many of the papers, even Ten Hag
They were
4-0
mocking him.
first game 4-0. The second game we played again. Which that one on that team, Man City 6-3. They were like, he's way this man. This is not Ajax. This is England. England is different.
Exactly.
This. No, really. Who
So let's
else?
give
Who else?
Graham Potter time.
Oh well, let's see. You know what? Let's give him time. I think we'll come back on this channel and talk about how he was sacked and how his sacking was way past due. Maybe by then Chelsea will be where Southampton presently are occupying.
I couldn't believe when I heard that he's paid £12 million per year. Someone
Yeah,
that
he
was
was
paid
given.
at Brighton 1.8. How Todd Bowley must be one of people say he's smart. I always had my reservation regarding what say you can have a lot of money and be stupid. We've seen how he has been using his money in the transfer market, right? It just
Yeah,
shows
just
that this guy is not as smart as Chelsea fans are hoisting him. I'm not
yeah,
saying he's not rich. Obviously, the fact says that he's very rich, but it's just making. I'm sorry. I'm
it looks like
sorry. This is not being smart.
it looks like in many cases he waits. He just waits for other clubs to scout players for him. This player, this player.
Yeah, he
He
has.
just go there.
There's no direction. He's just darting and anything, hoping that they will stick.
He's just buying everybody. I won't be surprised if they go back for Jose Mourinho. I won't be surprised.
But now, how long? How much time do you think the Chelsea hierarchy will give to Graham Potter?
I'm just saying right now, they probably think this season is almost coming to an end. They want him. Maybe they might just want him to see out this season. And again, if they want to break up his contract, they'll spend a lot of money. So they are thinking about that
They
too.
can amortize it. They do amortization to all the players. What is wrong with amortizing Graham Potter's contract?
Yeah, they've just they might be looking at that angle too. So if everything is not working well for him, he might not last. He might not last the end of this season.
See, let's not forget they have 31 points.
Yeah.
And you need 40 points to avoid relegation.
No, now calm down. Calm down now. It's not that bad.
See,
No,
they play Spurs next. When is Chelsea going to have their next victory in the Premier League?
Chelsea will be Spurs.
Will you place your house on that?
I don't have a house. I would have.
What will you place on it?
Chelsea
Chelsea will be Spurs. The Chelsea you've been watching for the last few weeks will be Spurs.
You know that Spurs are what they call butlers.
Regardless of how we know Spurs have shares in a bottling company, but Spurs can turn it on and off.
They can. I don't know. Chelsea, Spurs, somehow Chelsea have been making it over Spurs.
See, Chelsea have equal numbers of wins and losses. They've won 8 and lost 8 and drawn 7. So I don't understand where you're getting this your funny optimism of how Chelsea are going to beat Spurs. I don't see it. They don't look like it. They don't look like it. They don't look like you don't. Against Southampton, they look poor. They look poor.
Don't forget, Chelsea have the players. Chelsea have these players that can turn up.
So
they have the
why have they not turned up in the last few games?
Well, let's wait and see. I'm not talking with a note of certainty. I'm not talking with a note of certainty, but let's just wait and see.
So you think Chelsea will be Spurs?
It's a possibility that I'm not going to overlook.
This Chelsea that look confused. This Chelsea that out of sort. This Chelsea they're even playing Mason Mount as a striker. Have you forgotten that Harry Kane still plays for Spurs?
See, I think
have you seen Koulibaly defend?
I think Chelsea's probably they might need to go spiritual because it's like there's somebody somewhere that is pushing one button and saying any can. Hey, lady, 3 points.
I don't see it. I'm sorry,
Man,
I don't see it.
I just sometimes I just like, man, why won't I just show up in one Nigerian viewing center where all those loud mouthed Chelsea fans are? Let me see how the humble pie looks on in their mouths.
Because seriously, even though I'm trying to be as objective as possible, I'm loving the fact that Chelsea are being dragged across the gulf. They deserve it. They have a fan base that has this chest there that they always put up all the time. Even though we know they financially doped the system a little bit. So it is what it is. And I'm enjoying it. The fact that they are being dragged. They spent a little above £500 million. And look at the
Oh yeah,
results.
they did. And look at the
Look at
results.
they've
Too
inflated the
many,
market. They've
too
overpriced their
many,
players. Let's see. I'm enjoying this.
too many cooks spoil the broth, and
Exactly.
the broth looks rotten already right
Very,
now.
very tasteless. Very tasteless. Very, very tasteless. Very, very tasteless.
Right. So
So, do you think Potter will last to the end of the season? Or you think if it gets very, very dicey and it's looking like they are being threatened by relegation, you think Todd Bowley will pull the plug?
if if Chelsea don't win the next 2 games, I have a feeling that the plug will be pulled.
So you
If
think
they don't,
I don't
yeah,
amortize his payoff?
yeah, I think so because sometimes you look at it and be like, oh, this is getting out of hand. Let's try to salvage this thing, even if you should bring somebody in that will be interim until the end of the season. While we just like how Man U brought in Ralph Ragnick last season, the Chelsea might just decide to just might just decide to let him go.
So you think they will look the way of Ten Hag or
Of who?
Ten Hag?
No, they'll come for Arteta since he's doing a good job there.
Why
They'll
why moving the question?
they'll, they'll offer him 20 million. I mean, a year, and he might be swayed by the money. And they'll come
I
at,
think I think Ten Hag not paid by the money.
Dr. Hag. Someone he hasn't even started his work in Man U yet.
So he's at I think I started to work at
This is
Arsenal.
this is a third season now, so please just
Well,
let
the
him.
process is not completed.
The process is ongoing. Somebody else will finish it for him.
You think same thing cannot be applied to Manchester United?
Man U just started their own this season. Calm
You
down.
can always end it. He's not. He wasn't born at Man U. He's not an English manager, so he has no loyalty to Man U.
One thing I'm happy to is that Man U got him now. Let's say he was still there in Ajax now. Just so that we just gone for him immediately.
Definitely.
Just so that we've gone for him and they will just say, oh, look,
See,
Man U is useless. How
Do
much
you,
are they
do you know what makes this Chelsea free for exciting? You go to Brighton, pay Graham Potter's release with this clause or release whatever, and you do that for his coaching staff too. So you brought everybody from Brighton. Now,
And
you're
now,
going to sack
Chelsea.
everybody you brought from
No,
Brighton.
hold on. Now, Chelsea is now occupying where Brighton should be occupying.
Exactly. Imagine. Wow.
They collected everything from Brighton plus their
Including their league position. Including the Brighton league position.
Because if Brighton is intent, if Brighton is intent, now nobody will be raising an eyebrow.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah,
So,
okay. So,
if you look at Brighton's position, right? Brighton are in seventh, where
Yep.
Chelsea should have been.
yeah. So I think it's all fair and square. No
It's
problem.
a fair trade. It's a fair
Yeah,
trade.
it is. It is. You are getting your money's worth, right?
Exactly.
Oh, right. So let's just see how this season will end. And Arsenal, we're rooting for you guys. Tongue in cheek.
Don't be an asshole. You are not rooting for us now. Don't be pathetic.
I
You
am
are not rooting for
it's,
Arsenal.
it's
I
just
know
like, okay,
you are not rooting
see,
for Arsenal.
Arsenal is the lesser of the two evils. Simple. Man City, they are the cross city rivals. Those guys are idiots. I don't want them to win it. So Arsenal is the lesser of the two evils.
So let's run through some of the fixtures coming up in the next few days. Friday, Fulham against Wolves. Who do you think will take it?
I think I see Wolves making this.
At Fulham?
Yep.
Okay. Everton, Aston Villa.
Good evening. Good evening. You should get this.
Good evening. I've lost the last two. Do you think going to
No.
Goodison Park. Goodison Park is in the
Goodison,
first
I
place.
think he will turn Goodison Park to Badison Park for Everton that day. I kind
Yeah.
of see them making this because
Okay.
coming off of the defeats against Arsenal, they want to get something, so they'll put up a fight.
Okay. Leeds against Southampton, 2 managerless and 2 directionless clubs. Leeds against Battle of the Bombs.
Why didn't you just leave it at managerless?
The Battle of the Bombs.
I'm calling this. I'm calling Leeds.
You think Leeds will make this?
Yeah,
Okay. Leicester against Arsenal on Saturday.
Arsenal should beat Leicester City.
Okay. West
Yeah,
Ham against
yeah.
Nottingham Forest.
West Ham, Nottingham Forest, they are a bunch of toads. When they see a big club, sometimes they want to raise their
West Ham
egos.
themselves are in relegation sports. They are struggling.
Yeah, but I kind of see West Ham beating Nottingham Forest.
Okay. Baltimore against Man City.
Man City. I'm calling Man City for this one.
Yeah, definitely. Regardless of what happened last week, I think Man
Yeah,
City want to bounce back.
yeah, they will definitely want to bounce back, but you never can tell. They might try to bounce and the ball will deflate. So
Okay, Crystal Palace against Liverpool.
Liverpool seem to be finding something in their stride now. I'm calling Liverpool.
Hmm.
It will close. It will be close, but I'm calling for Liverpool.
Okay, let's go to Spurs against Chelsea at the
This was one
Tottenham Stadium.
this is the one we spoke about.
Hmm.
Chelsea might just pull a surprise, even though I know that Chelsea, yeah, they're messing up and everything, but they'll put up a fight. They'll pull up a surprise. I
I
don't know.
love your optimism. I love your optimism.
Okay, if you think Spurs are going to win, okay, now let's see what will happen.
Okay. Wow, how time flies.
Yeah,
Guys, if you're
well, I'm
watching it on the
surprised.
playback, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. If you're not a subscriber, you're new to this channel, do me a favor by subscribing to the channel. If you like the content, make sure you stick a like on the video. It's very, very important. And do not forget to make sure your notification bells are turned on. D, thank you for coming on this radio style broadcast we just had. Guys, expect more of this type. Sometime I'll be doing it by myself. And if D has some time, he will be doing it with me on more regular basis. So the last words.
Absolutely, always a pleasure coming on here, and it was maybe this style of podcast is kind of strange but interesting, and yeah, so bring on this weekend and let's see what the table will look like at the start of next week.
Yeah. So guys, we'll be leaving it at this time, and we will see you guys on the next one. Take care and God bless.